who doesn't need ABM? Let's say you are selling a high ticket, so a high ACV product, obviously in the B2B space. Do you have cases where you recommend that they don't do ABM?
Oh yeah, 100%. So I remember, so here is a pretty interesting case right here, right? And actually why you should not be doing ABM is because if you're looking at something like a brand awareness, right?
Uh-huh.
One of the things, because when people come to agencies, B2B marketing agencies, you ask them what exactly they want to do. And, I've gotten answer like, brand awareness. Now, brand awareness for who? Brand awareness for a specific industry, brand awareness for a specific account. If the answer is yes, then yes, maybe you need account-based marketing, right? But brand awareness in a particular region as a whole, then perhaps you don't need account-based marketing approach. You just need more of a wider industry approach, where you might have different methods, and you quite possibly, eventually end up doing account-based marketing when you can start generating leads, and you can start capturing leads based on an account, and then you see that there is a specific pipeline that is being captured in a specific account, and then you start doing it. But for creating brand awareness, I would never recommend, account-based marketing. I think that would be more in B2B marketing and how do you want to, go get a good name for yourself. One of the things that I've seen here is when companies launch their businesses into new markets, right? So that's another one where if you're launching in a new market, if you have an existing client, if you have an existing account who has a presence there and you want to target them, then yes, you need an account-based marketing. But if you're looking at what's out there and where I can spread my wings, then perhaps it's not account-based marketing. Then you're looking at a more of a broader approach in terms of how do you, start talking about yourself, your services, your product.
Okay. Yeah. So now back to the question of process. So you obviously ask them,
Yeah.
do they need ABM? Does it align with their goals?
So here's the thing, that there are certain things that all of us, people on this call, they've done this, So and I should say this, and I was telling this to Dan, that I'm no means by an expert. And if anyone tells you they are an expert in account-based marketing or B2B marketing, you should take it with a pinch of salt. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit, Dan, before we go forward. But my daughter is a teenager. She's in grade 9, and her younger cousin, who's in grade 4, thinks that she's an expert in maths. So it's relative, right? She's gone a few years ahead, and eventually he will get there, right? So I think that's the case with all of us here as well, right? I don't think there is an expert. We just at a different point of our journey, right? So nobody's an expert. But yeah, what do we do typically? I mean, as an agency, what we would do is, first of all, conduct the research in terms of the account itself. We would also conduct the industry research in terms of what's happening in the industry, right? Because if you want to think about, just to kind of clear this up. So when we are having this conversation, conversation is initially with the marketing teams, right? As an agency, you go and talk to marketing teams primarily, right? The research activity would involve marketing and sales both, right? So you would research about the industry, you would research about the account. This account intel typically you would get from sales team in terms of what are the typical challenges, what are the opportunities they see, and where they see marketing can help and impact. Another one would be more specifically about what geos that you want to target. Are there any rules and regulations around that you should be aware of? What are the bases that you would also come up with some of the tactics and tools eventually in terms of what works, what doesn't work. LinkedIn doesn't work everywhere, for example, right? Then you might need to think about something else. So this would be part of the research. Another thing would be part of the research also would be more on a MarTech side of things, right? How ready we are or the client is in terms of their marketing technology stack. Have they signed up for a bunch of things? Have they not? And do we really need them? Basis that, of course, now, do we need them comes much later. But that would be essentially research would be second part of the process in terms of start talking about specific things, ask about specific, questions in terms of what you want to achieve, right? And also it's usually good to do a sense check on the time in terms of what they are like kind of looking at. I think expectation setting is a huge part of this research as well, right? Where each time you talk, they say, oh, we have a deal coming up and we want to make a great impact. If the deal is coming a year down the line, 6 months down the line, maybe yes. But if it's coming next week, nothing is going to happen.